Whoever makes the DRC here, her shuffle screen, give it a chance to your beloved partner, or just a kiss on the cheek for your son. Alright, that was a big warm-up. The other game is going to be played right before the start of the next game. It'll be a special one. We call that the emoji test. All you have to do is, if you see yourself on the big screen, do what actually you haven't done. Hölgyek, urak, kérem az emoji-ket, annyi a feladat, hogy pont azt kell csinálni, amit a kamerával átudtak, pont kell csinálni a kicsátot, hogy ne akkor, hogy... És ha szeretnék jobban is csinálni, kiértő, nézzük, kikütőzzátok ezt a mikra.
Welcome to the Alfred Hajosz National Swimming Centre here on Margaret Island in Budapest on a very big night for Hungarian sport. There's barely a spare seat in the house tonight, and that's for very good reason. Some lovely shots here of the Hungarian capital and the River Danube, but this is Margaret Island, a really gorgeous park area in Budapest, which we've enjoyed for the past week or so. But tonight the concentration on water polo in these 19th FINA World Championships, which end on the 3rd of July. But there's going to be much drama between then and now, that is for certain. Well, the home nation is about to take to the pool for a vital match in Group A of the men's water polo competition in this FINA World Championship, which is gathering momentum. As you can see, Brazil have just lost a tense match by 14 goals to 10 against Georgia. It really was a cracking game, that one. And of course, the Hungarian women's team did their nation proud 24 hours ago with a whopping 35 goals to 4 victory over Colombia. But now it's over to the men. Victory by whatever score is the order of the night for Hungary against Montenegro. That won't be easy, believe you and me. Montenegro finished 8th at the Tokyo Olympics last year, but the Hungarians, of course, were the bronze medalists there. And it's a country which has got a very proud history in this sport. And young and old alike here to support their nation, as you would expect. And lovely early evening sunshine. So this is the way the table looks, with Georgia having toppled Brazil in the opening match there, so they lead, but which is with a goal difference of +4. So if Hungary could overcome Montenegro by 5 goals at least, they would go to the head of that table. But as I said, any win will do for the host nation. Montenegro will provide some stern opposition. They only lost by 15 goals to 10 to Spain in a bronze medal match in a recent World League Super Final. So the crowd here are knowledgeable, and they know that this ain't going to be easy. The referees await, and also a part of the tradition of build-up to any match in water polo is the introduction of the players, who will come onto the stage as they move across the pool to take their seats before the real business of the day. There are judges on either side of the pool. One this evening comes from the United States of America, the other from Germany. Crowd very expectant, as I said. I can barely see an empty seat anywhere here. Colossal expectation, which just put pressure on the host nation and this team under their coach Thomas Marks. So here is the flag of the host nation, the flag of Hungary, proudly displayed in front of their adoring fans. And the players will take to the stage one by one, starting with gold miner Martin Levoy from the University Club. Angel, born here in Budapest, so a very proud evening for him. Wearing the number 3 cap will be Christian Manhes, plays here in Budapest in the Hungarian League. Number 4 is Zoltán Pol from Ferencváros, what a famous club that is. Wearing 5 is Martin Vamos, who was in the 2015 World Championship team in Kazan. Some great pedigree in this lineup. Moving along to the 34-year-old Tomasz Mezej, another born in this city. Jagozelanski, also from Ferencváros, 6 feet 4 inches tall. There are some tall fellas out there this evening. Zoltán Burian, he wears the number 8 cap, even his 7th cap, so one of the newer members of the team. There is Adam Nodge, has scored 8 times in his 8 appearances. Well, the venerable Danish Varga, a man with 307 international caps to his name. He won Olympic gold in 2008 with his brother Daniel. One of the younger members of the team, Szilard Jonchik. Moving along to Balázs Haroy. And completing the lineup, the second goalkeeper in the team, Soma Fogel. He was also in the Olympic squad in Tokyo just last year. That is the pride of Hungary. Here is the man charged with the responsibility of trying to win them a gold medal, Tamás Metz. Every one of them cheered to the echo, and a message for the Magyars, the magical Magyars. I'm sure the crowd here, very knowledgeable, will show due respect to the opposition which is presented this evening by Montenegro. It's always difficult to assess medals with Montenegro. Of course, some were won by Yugoslavia, some by Serbia, some by Serbia and Montenegro. Montenegro as a joint nation. That is their red and yellow flag, and here is their goaltender, Dejan Lazovic. In the silver medal winning team in 2013. Much younger, the 19-year-old free player, Marko Mrsic. Boris Vukovic from Natsniki, former world junior player. Konstantin Veka, moved to Montenegro in 2018. He used to represent Belarus. This is Uros Kukovic from Marseille. He plays in the French league. Represented the country in the Olympics of 2016. Vlado Popadic. He plays in France with the Payday club. Radovic is number 7, one of the centre-backs. Shares the same name as Yugoslavian football goalkeeper Radovic. Number 8 is Bogdan Dudic. He also plays in France with Marseille. You'll watch him advancing down the flanks. Not sure whether it's his turn or yet. Miroslav Pakovic from Belgrade. We're through to number 10 and Dusan Badicevic, who plays at Sabadell in Spain, close to Barcelona. Much closer to home. Dusan Matkovic, who had the honour of carrying the national flag for his country at the Tokyo Olympics last year at the closing ceremony. Marko Petkovic, the oldest member of the squad at 35. And finally, completing the Montenegro lineup is goalkeeper Petar Tisanovic. He plays in Italy for Brescia. So very much a team spread across Europe under the guise of their coach Vladimir Gojkovic, former great player himself. He won a silver medal at the 2004 Olympic Games in Athens. Now the national anthems of the two competing nations. For the national anthem of Montenegro, and now with the national anthem of our hosts here in Hungary.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of Hungary.
Well, you could hear a pin drop there. It's a truly vivid setting. It really is. It's a fantastic, crackling atmosphere here in the Alfred Hayes Stadium. A few last-minute words between the two referees. Michael Goldenberg from the United States of America and Frank Ulmer from Germany. A word to the two sets of players. For anybody who doesn't know the rules of this game, there are 4 quarters, all of an 8-minute duration. So they're actually in the water for 32 minutes of play. This is the Montenegro lineup with 2 goalkeepers, numbers 1 and 13. That's the tradition of this sport, Lazovic and Tesanovic. And a lot of experience in there as well, all the way down to 33-year-old Petkovic, but 19-year-old Radovic on top of that caption. Just look at that scene. It's spine-chilling. Vladimir Gojkovic is the coach. He's 41 years of age. He won Olympic Games gold in 2005 and World Championships in Montreal, bronze in Barcelona in 2003, and he was in a team beaten by Hungary in the Olympic Games in 2008 in the semi-finals. Montenegro then 10th in the last World Championships, looking to improve on that. That was a big disappointment for them. Now Hungary with the goalkeeper Levoy. And the big names will come on this sheet here. And they are Denis Varga, who is a fantastically experienced player wearing number 10. 307 caps. And the coach is Tamas Metz. Another man of great pedigree at 47. He won a gold medal as a player at the 2000 Olympics in Sydney. He's been the head coach of Hungary since 2017. Hungary, well, 4th place last World Championships. three-time world champion. They always win in a year ending in a 3. The gold medal went to Hungary in 1973, 2003 and 2013. It's a little cooler this evening, 21 degrees centigrade. So we await the off. These are always tense moments before the whistle and the hooter. Mentioned again there for the 2 referees for this match. The first of the Group A involving Hungary. Earlier, as I say, we saw a thrilling match which Georgia won by 14 goals to 10 against Brazil. And there you see Balashar very much a leader of this side. Just a week younger than Varga. Both of them aged 35, so that's the amount of experience they've got between them, as well as a total of 557 caps. We'll be having the first sprint any moment now to see who gets to the ball first. And this will be close. Hungary have played in every World Championship since 1973. They have a record 9 Olympic titles, but every day presents a new challenge. The next one will be from Montenegro. The nation expects. And here we go. Oh, it was close, and it is tipped back there. I thought he was second favourite to begin with, but it was Hungary who just got the first touch on the ball, crucially at the very last second. An extended fingertip. So can they profit from the fact that they've won the opportunity here? The ball will be switched down the flank, a first whistle there, which suggests there was a foul, so they can continue from here. Remember, they have 30 seconds to set up a shot. And to try and get this first goal of the night, they have another 5 seconds in which to find the shot. It's coming up any second now, you would feel. They're going to have to be quick, and there it is! There's a scream around the stadium. The arm is raised. The Hungarians have the first goal of the night, and was it spectacular? Thrown from the left hand of Martin Vamos. Keeper beaten, and the keeper is Tasanovic. Nothing he could do to keep that one out. Thrilling start to the night. That went down particularly well. The clenched fist of the coach tells you everything. Montenegro with the opportunity to hit back, and they still have just under 20 seconds in which to do so here. Well, they'll cause a few scary moments for the home nation, that is for certain. Can he beat the angle? Nobody will pull it back into the hands of others. They're using the width of the pool well. And then it's lobbed across from one side to the other, and just as loud a cheer there as there was when the goal went in. As the ball was lost by Montenegro. The ball in the hands of the number 10, Varga. A real national hero. He's won all sorts of awards. Listen at the crowd now getting behind their team, and there will be an opportunity, still 10 seconds here, to fire that ball into the net. They found it once already. They're looking for another way. They're probing here. There is the shot. This time it is beaten away well by the goalkeeper. Well played, Lazovic. The extended right arm of the keeper did the job. So it's Montenegro who come forward now. Chance for them at close quarters. Into the net. 1-1. Looked a dangerous move, and it was finished off by Banicevic, silencing the crowd just for a second. check going on about that goal. It looked pretty good to me. It looked pretty good to the Montenegrin coaching staff as well. It stands, it's Montenegro 1, Hungary 1. Just under 2 minutes played. And plenty to come. Into a dangerous position here. Chance created, just the covering defender. We have centre-backs here, we have wide players, we have centre-forwards as well. But anybody can score. In fact, last evening, just every single member of the Hungarian women's team found the net apart from the goalkeeper. They found it again, they like that one here. Angled in beyond the goalkeeper. Hungary has the lead again, 2-1. And the man who put the ball into the net was Zoltán Polo. This is how he did it. So just the start that the Hungarian crowd wanted to see. It's going to be a long night for them, though. Montenegro very capable of striking back at any time. FIFA ranking is 2, don't forget. And the FINA rankings can count for a lot in this nature of competition. We're at the very highest level here this evening in the Alfred Hayos complex. It's a very physical sport. You don't always realise it because the cameras don't catch what's going on under the water always. Brute strength at times required. And it's a real skill to fire that ball in when you're standing up and your feet are not allowed to touch the base of the pool. Montenegro racing out. The goalkeeper. The distribution is key as well, and that is a fling out from goalkeeper Tasanovic, who plays in Brescia in Italy. Taking the time over this one. The angle may be too difficult, so it's reversed, but they can score from this sort of position. We've seen some long-range strikes tonight already. A couple of beauties from the Brazilians, although they got beaten ultimately, 14-10. That's too long, it's too high. Opportunity gone for Montenegro. It's a stiff task this evening. Crowd roaring again as the entire team from Hungary go forward in unison here, trying to create the space for the shot, biding their time. 17 seconds still remaining. The clock all important. Looking for the angle, a bit too deep. There's a lot of work to do to retrieve the ball and set up the situation again. Well, it's a good idea. A little flick on, it could have counted, and he's enthralled, isn't he? 2-1 in Hungary's favour, the score at the moment. Montenegro on the attack, however, looking to come back into this one. We've seen a lot of close matches so far. Italy and Canada, 7 apiece last night. And here is the setup. Where is the shot coming from? It's coming centrally, too high. But the ball is still with Montenegro. And again, not quite touching the white line. At the 5-metre area. Then the 2-metre, back again. Taking their time, oh, thrilling finish, and no wonder. He pumps it there with his fist. That was Petkovic. Marko Petkovic, 2-2. The oldest member of the squad, but still on top of his game. Look how physical it is. Well, a bit of ducking going on there. That was the strike. Already a thrilling encounter. I've seen some great goals here. Confirmation of that score at the top of your screen, however. Montenegro 2, Hungary 2. Just under 3 minutes remaining in this first of 4 quarters. One or two decoy moves going on before the position is set up and into the close area inside the 2-meter mark. And a bit of booing going on, which you are not surprised by. They know their sport here in Hungary. They know their water polo. And we have an exclusion, one of the players off, so it's a 6-on-5 situation. And a real chance here for that position to be exploited. And back into the fray comes the player who was excluded just for 30 seconds. In the possession, wearing number 13, Petr Tesanovic, a member of the Olympic team in Tokyo last year. Well, I think this match is typical of the way this Group A is unfolding. It's going to be a really tough group in the men's competition. Spinning, spiralling off the fist of the goalkeeper into the air. And how much the crowd appreciated the stop there from the goalkeeper Levoy. Strong left arm. He's now launching another move forward. In case you're wondering about the swim caps, always one team wears the blue cap and the other team always wears the white cap, apart from the 2 goalkeepers who wear red. Their ears are protected. This is a good setup here. Big chance for Hungary to take the lead once again, but it whistles over the top. It nearly took one of the judges out there. All eyes on the goalkeeper again. Good throw from him directly to the man he was looking for. It is the white capsule moving forward. Well, he's becoming a hero of the night already as the goalkeeper. Tremendous save. So Sommervogel will go again. Well, he really is on top of his game, is Sommervogel. Saves can be just as important as the shots. And by my reckoning, he's saved 3 already, potential goals. Montenegro foiled. The opportunity here again with the host nation to try and get themselves back into the lead. They've had it twice already. Know when they score, there's a terrific roar around the place. And they do, and that was the cue. It's 3-2 Hungary. That was terrific. Power and precision all in the one move, and it was a crisp move from Gego Zelanki. The 26-year-old Zelanki from Ferencváros Club, 6 feet 4 inches tall, actually competed at the Rio Olympics back in 2016. He's restored the lead. 3 times they've had it, but unable to get into a 2-goal cushion as yet. As the countdown is on in this first quarter, which has 20 minutes of itself remaining. Still a chance for Montenegro to equal things up once again, which is not what the crowd want to see. Thrashing water there. The ball into the net. Well, they made it, didn't they? 3-3 with 8 seconds left on the clock in this first quarter, and it was Radovic, his first goal. That just silenced the crowd momentarily. A very, very even contest. But the previous match here this evening was even for a long time, and then Georgia just stole away. That was a good finish. Is there time? Oh, the crowd were on their feet there. It was the last act of the first quarter. And we've concentrated very much on the goalkeepers at both ends of the pool, really. And this was a crucial stop. I think it actually came off his forehead. Doesn't matter, Tasanovic did the job. And it's kept Montenegro level at the end of the first quarter here in the Alfred Haydosh pool. The Hungarian public, look at this, it's a super scene, isn't it? It's Montenegro 3, Hungary 3. This is a preliminary round match in Group A. Still 3 quarters to come. Much drama yet to unfold. Montenegro have only competed once before under that single guise. So they have been Serbia and Montenegro in the past, Yugoslavia many years ago. This was how the evening got off to a rip-roaring start with the first goal for the host nation. It was Vamos who got the evening underway. Thumbs up for them. But Montenegro were doughty opposition, and they came back with a shot squeezed in for the equaliser. That was from Banicevic. Been some great stops which he thoroughly enjoyed from the goalkeepers on both sides, to be fair. So 3 goals apiece, 7 shots to 6 in Hungary's favour so far, not much in that, and no penalty shots as yet, but plenty of action. I hope you're enjoying it. Changes are frequently made. There are plenty of fouls in this sport as well. It's impossible to keep track of them all, and play restarts so quickly. Zoltan Polo is the Hungarian number 4. The number 4 there is Aveka for Montenegro. And we will see every number at some stage of the evening out in the pool, including both goalkeepers often. Here we have the sprint again. Again, it was a dive for the ball, but on this occasion it has gone to Montenegro. The 2 teams play the same way for the first 2 quarters, and then at half-time they change ends. So nobody has a great advantage playing one way or the other. Oh, great anticipation. 1 sprint apiece. It's the first time I've seen that, because in all the previous matches, one side has won all 4 sprints, not in this occasion. Sharply out of the blocks, and it is Hungary looking now to regain the advantage here. Remember, they led 1-0, 2-1, and 3-2, but it's still 3 apiece at the minute. Crowd getting very excited as they're all queuing up here for the shot. This might be it. No, decides to pass on the responsibility, trying to fend off the opposition and find the perfect shooting position. Pulled it wide. Disappointment for the fans on this occasion, because the effort was wide from Manhertz. Quick sprint to the other end. The ball sharply released by the goalkeeper. Again, the whistle, the judge on the side points which way it's going to go. And it is a Montenegro opportunity here. Again, feigned to shoot and didn't manage to do so. It's not yet opportunity lost. There's going to be an opportunity here for a penalty for Montenegro. The crowd didn't like the decision, but the judges made it, and it crashes down off the crossbar. Penalty missed. First penalty we've seen missed in this pool during these World Championships. relief for the home fans. Disappointment for the coach there from Montenegro. He would have expected his side to go ahead for what would have been the first time, instead of which it may be Hungary's turn to find their way into the lead. If they can profit from this, and profit from that miss from the penalty. About 6 seconds left to get the shot through. Here it will come any moment now. Well dealt with by the goalkeeper again. Tasanovic has had a good start to his evening. How crucial will that penalty miss be, I wonder? A long way to go in this contest. They're not going to miss there. Sharply done. It was a brilliant strike from the hands of Averka. And Montenegro has a 4-3 lead thanks to Konstantin Averka. His first goal of the competition. Taken very sharply, wasn't it? Twice in the past, Montenegro have finished in 5th place, hoping to go at least 2 places higher here in Budapest this year. So Hungary trails for the first time. That's not going to silence the crowd, and still obviously a long way to go. Still 5.5 minutes in the second quarter. That's a good effort. Once again, equal to it, however, is Tessanov, the member of the Olympics team in Tokyo, from Brescia. And the early nerves from these two teams have quickly gone. It's the crowd that's probably more nervous, and that can transmit itself to the players. But listen at the roar here. There will be a real egg beater with the players sprinting from one end of the pool to the other very quickly. The ball must only be touched by one hand at a time. You can't play it with both hands. You have to keep your feet off the floor of the pool as well. This is a good setup. Is it going to be a good goal? Feigned once, feigned twice. Third time lucky. Into the net. All square again. You know who they're behind, and it's a goal for Jancic. Shilad Jancic. We'll replay these all evening. It was really well done. Jancic with a goal on his 53rd appearance for Hungary to bring us back all square at 4-4. Going to be a topsy-turvy sort of a night. The score will keep changing hands. Montenegro's turn to threaten, and right in front of the goalpost. Oh, brilliant save. The crowd leaps to its feet as one for the save that was made there by Fogel. Inspiration at both ends of the pool from the goalkeepers so far this evening. They've been the most eye-catching performers. With a dart on, haven't we, with a dash to the other end of the pool, and it is the Blue Caps who are leading the charge here, trying to find a lead once again. Fool the keeper. Oh, it was agonising. It was a lob that, well, 90% of the time looked as though it was going to find the net, and just dropped harmlessly at the end. Here it is, look. This was such a shame, and that was the fine save at the other end a moment earlier. Two goalkeepers on top form. Montenegro's turn to fend for position here. Using the width. Well, I'm going to run out of superlatives for the man in the red cap. Not only did he make the save, the ball squirted away from Sommervogel to the centre of the pool where it was picked up. And here they come. Already come a long way through the pool. Back into the centre. Keeper anticipated well. Montenegro 4, Hungary 4. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Really intense competition. The last time the World Finals, these championships were played in Budapest, it was a disappointing finale for Hungary. They lost heavily to Croatia in the final. Still with memories of that. Once again, the goalkeeper to the rescue. Off they go. Great pace about the evening. Two teams on top form. Two defences on top form. But they've still had 8 goals already. More to come for sure. Can Hungary get the next one? Wasn't the best pass there, but the momentum is still with Hungary in this attack. He goes for the shot! What a roar! They rise as one. The arms are in the air. Hungary have the lead at 5-4. And that was a classic Hungarian goal from Gego Zelenki, his second. 5-4 it is. Very popular man. The onus very much on Montenegro to fight back again here now, with just under 2 minutes of this second phase remaining. Long way to go in this contest. Much drama to unfold as yet. Trying to get it into a centre-forward shooting position. Very aware of that clock ticking down again. I think they have been foiled. So off go the Hungarian attackers now. As one led by Adam Nodge. Still in a decent position. Crowd shouting, cheering and anticipation here. They're trying to forge a 2-goal advantage. 2-goal lead would be good. With just over a minute remaining before we get to half-time. It's a good setup. Has it got a good finish? Oh, it has. It's got a cracking finish. That left arm is lethal, and he's come right on strong as Solanke. It's a hat-trick for him. 3 shots, 3 goals. You can't get more accurate than that. From Gego Zelenki, whose name resounds around the stadium. Courtesy of the announcer, who always announces the surname first. Zelenki Gego, he says. And for the first time on the evening, one of the sides has a 2-goal advantage, and it is Hungary at 6-4. Still over 30 seconds remaining. But Zelenki has been the most impressive shooter on site. The deficit may be just 1 though. If Montenegro can find a way through here, they can't, and the clock is ticking down below the 30-second mark now. They'll deserve a breather at half-time. It's certainly a match that can go either way as this one, though. The home nation know they're in a contest, but can they get a 7th before the interval? They have the chance. They're the only ones who will have a chance, because with about 5 seconds to go, they're going to have to be sharp about it. Here is the ball. It's into a shooting position, maybe. It's harmless. And we're going to have the half-time now. There's the hooter. Isn't it entertaining? The goalkeepers have been brilliant on both sides. Stanovic for Montenegro, Vogel for Hungary. The Hungarian coach slightly the happier of the two here. Thomas Metz, as opposed to the counterpart there, Vladimir Gojkovic. Some strong shooting from both sides, highly entertaining, and it's Montenegro 4, Hungary 6 at the halfway stage. enjoy some of the action from the 16 minutes we've had, which has been thoroughly entertaining. So they get a breather for a couple of minutes now. Gives us a chance to show you all the thrills and the spills of water polo. It's a sport that originated in the mid-19th century in England and Scotland. But it came to Hungary in 1889. Hungary dominated the sport for 6 decades. I wouldn't say they've dominated here as yet, but they are in front. So much to the people of Hungary does this result tonight, even though it's the first match of their campaign. The goals when they've come have been spectacular, with that man in particular on top form, Gergo Zelenki. A hat-trick for him. And we've had 27 shots in total, 10 of which have found the net. But some brilliant goalkeeping as well at either end of the pool. One penalty was missed, crucially, by Montenegro, who won one sprint, as did Hungary. Hungary won the first, Montenegro the second. There have been 14 personal fouls, 6 steals, 4 rebounds and 3 blocks. We're going to get underway again very shortly. In fact, the Hungarian team is already out there, ready, poised. Montenegro taking a little bit longer. Now take up their positions here by the goalposts. The goalposts, by the way, are 3 meters apart. The crossbar 0.9 meters above the water. So the goal judges are in position as well. Everybody's ready for this third quarter. One or two changes of personnel as we look to see who gets the third sprint, who's to the ball first. And it is Hungary. So, just as they won the first sprint of the evening, so they win the third. So they're leading 2-1 on sprints. They're also leading in the match, which is more important, but only by 6-4. We have had some runaway victories, but this one isn't going to be one of those. Oh, that was a brilliant effort, so inventive. Flick of the wrist here. There it was astute, but it was unsuccessful. Forward come Montenegro. The ball in the hands of their number 4. We featured him a moment or two ago, and he's the one who's looking to create something here, a setup which may get Montenegro back to within 1 goal. It is the longer ball, it is across the face of the Hungarian net. Biding their time over it, still have a few seconds remaining, however. Got to be sharp now. Oh, he really is a hero. Once again, the man who wears number 13, Sommervogel. There is a Player of the Match award at the end of the night, and I would suggest that Vogel is one of the contenders. And the crowd roars in anticipation again here now. First feign, second feign, got straight through to the keeper, however. Hungary still looking in vain at the moment. From one side of the pool to the other, to stay in front of that white line. Foiled again by a number 13, but this time the man at the other end wearing the same number. You won't count Montenegro out of this one. They've got the great capability of coming on to win the match without question, and plenty of time remaining in this third quarter as they move the ball along swiftly. Unsuccessfully for the time being, but arms are raised from the judges. Two judges, one on either side of the pool. And it's a threatening move from the Montenegrins. It's a rapid movement. Is it going to be a successful movement, though? It isn't. Fogel to the fore. Looks so youthful, doesn't he, the 24-year-old goalkeeper? With a big career ahead of him in this sport. A sport that the Hungarians absolutely adore and always have done. Here's the danger man. Oh, lovely! They think it's crossed the line. Well, we will have a review possibly of that, because the crowd was on its feet. They thought that one had just snaked across the white line and that Hungary had gone into a 7-4 lead. They'll have to check this one. We've had one or two contentious decisions in the pool, last evening in particular. Not so much this evening. It certainly took its time. The message will be sent through as they review on the video as to whether or not that ball did cross the white line, in which case, if it did, it will be 7-4 Hungary. Long look, and some anxious looks around as well. None more so than from the Hungarian number 10, Denis Varga. Is it yay or is it nay? Photographer getting his shots in as well. It's a crucial moment in the entire match. Can he have another look at on the rewind? And the message will be sent to the match referees in the anxious wait for the two coaches here. It's a lengthy wait as well. Some of those fans seem to think it's definitely a goal. We wait for the final decision. You'll tell whether there's a roar of appreciation or a roar of disappointment, a gasp of disappointment. We still await the verdict. Of course, the clock has been stopped until the decision is made. It must have been so close. It's a goal. The arms are raised, and it wasn't just the official's arm, it was just about every arm in the house. Here it is. Wow, you can't get any closer than that, but Varga has his name on the score sheet. 7-4 Hungary. That's what they wanted to see. Denis Varga, his first goal in these World Championships, a man who's scored many goals throughout his career, a man with a list as long as you like of awards, a man who won the world gold back in 2013, won Olympic gold in 2008 as well in Beijing along with his brother. And here's the one who has established a 3-goal cushion. 7-4. So many clocks to watch out for in the pool here. The one that I'm looking at now is the one counting down on this move. They've got to get the shot in within 30 seconds, otherwise the ball is handed over to the opposition. They're coming on strongly here, Montenegro. Is there anything this man cannot do? Well, goals count, but saves count. Equally important. It's got out for the corner. That's what happens when the goalkeeper tips the ball over behind the white line. It's not a corner if it touches one of the outfield players. There's a great block on there. block's important too, and that was a good one from Hungary, who now set sail to the other end of the pool. Kept his eye on the ball, flicked it over, that was all he had to do. Crowd expectant again now as Hungary moves forward swiftly, using the angles, using the width of the pool as best they can. But when the ball is lost, it is into the hands of the Montenegro goalkeeper, Tasanovic. Oh, it's a huge throw from him. Absolutely huge. It was a brilliant assist if it leads to a goal. Well, the angle was acute. Just for a moment, we nearly had to have another VAR, I think. Let's have another look. Yeah, no, this one definitely stays out, much to the relief of most people in the auditorium. It's a lovely open-air facility, this, although it's a bit chillier tonight. Nobody is caring too much about the weather. We're into the third quarter. Hungary has a 3-goal advantage over Montenegro. That's all that matters to them so far. Can they make that 4? The opposition is not allowed to touch a player while in possession of the ball. They often do, of course, which leads to a foul. You get people being eliminated from the ball. That's another lefty. And he's left the goalkeeper stranded. Super strike again from the Hungarian Zalanki and Martin Vamos. Martin Vamos with his first goal. He's rumoured to be joining the Olympiacos club in Athens shortly. But for this moment, he's very much Hungarian, and it is now. They've doubled up on 8 at 8-4. Second goal for Martin Vamos. There's always a kind of hush around the pool when the ball is up the other end. And we know it's Montenegro who have the chance to close the gap. 12 seconds left on this particular move. Straight forward shot. He's vocal as well as physically very active. Can do no wrong at the moment. Take your eyes off this for a second, and a very nervous Montenegrin coach at the moment. The side trailing by 8-4, and a goalkeeper in absolutely inspired form, thwarting his best ambitions. They're into position, an attacking position again. Can they find it through to a centre forward? Ah, they love that! Oh, how they love that! Well, you can call it a lob, you can call it whatever you want. It's definitely a goal, and Hungary leads 9-4 all of a sudden, and they are streaking away thanks to that goal from the number 11 there, Szilard Jonšík. That was beautiful, wasn't it? Poetry in motion. Look at that deft. Two goals for him, 9 for Hungary. They're not going to rattle up 35 like the women counterparts did last evening. But 9 for the moment will do very nicely as we have this timeout called by the Montenegrin coach.
Ti si 2, Vlado 1, igramo jedinicu.
They have 1 minute to get their message across, and that was the message from 41-year-old coach Gojcic. But Hungary are right on song at the moment. Goals coming thick and fast, and their goalkeeper foiling everything that's thrown at him, it would seem. Not this time. So very quickly moved from one end of the pool to the other. Great position here, and a super stop as well from the other number 13, Tisanovic. Been kept equally busy. Made himself big in the pool there. Montenegro, you would never rule them out. They need 5 goals though. They've just over a minute remaining in this third quarter, plus the whole of the fourth quarter, another 8 minutes. But they found a goal this time. It's just quietened the crowd a little bit. And it was a thunderous effort from Petkovic, 5-9. That's a second for Marko Petkovic. And it brings Montenegro back into the contest just a little bit. 73rd cap tonight for Petkovic. Well, maybe it was the words he said to his players that have inspired them to get that goal. They won't want to concede again in this remaining 60 seconds, though, before we get to the closure of the third quarter. Once again, the chant goes up for the Magyars, but unsuccessful this time. So, was it a corner? I think it probably was. Yep, corner for Hungary. So the clock is ticking down to 18 seconds now in which to get this shot through. The players have to be so aware of the clocks, which are situated in all 4 corners of the pool. When the ball is lost, there's a mad dash to the other end. 33 seconds remaining on this third quarter. Can they find another score here, just to narrow the gap? It is 9-5 at the moment, 4 goals in front. Our hosts in Hungary. It would just give Montenegro renewed hope if they could find one more. About 5 seconds in which to do so. They'll be anxious. Here comes that shot. And once again, the roar tells you that it was foiled. But that did fly in. And it is a 6th goal, but it was right on the last second. So drama rare as Dusan Matkovic does reduce the gap to just 3. It was right on the hooter. And it's the closure of the third quarter. Dusan Matkovic striking. They're still in it without question. And Montenegro 6, Hungary 9, and 1 quarter to come. It's been quite enthralling as a contest. Talk about last gasp. We've seen absolute heroics from the Hungarian goalkeeper Sommer Fogel. So it's going to take something special to beat him. He's telling you he's the number 1, even though he wears number 13. Well, he's head scratching, but the coach has turned the tide just a little bit there with that time out. And his side managed to conjure up a couple of goals just to keep the crowd on its toes and to keep the goalkeeper. He is allowed to have his toes on the floor of the pool, unlike all the other outfield players. They can see that, the freedom they have. Well, 21 shots from Montenegro, 6 of them successful, only 1 more from Hungary. That surprises me, but they have found the net with 9 of them. Their shot efficiency rate is just a little higher at 41%. Aren't these shots great? I tell you what a difficult sport it is, trying to conjure up shots while your feet are off the bottom of the pool. Well, it's going to be an enthralling final 8 minutes. And I think what would settle the crowd down here would be if Hungary can win the next sprint. They've won 2 of the 3 so far. There is the all-important match ball. It weighs between 400 and 450 grams. Who's going to grab it? Well, it was Hungary, as you saw, so for the 3rd time they win the sprint. To win the match would be rather more important. Montenegro found a way back into the contest at the end of that 3rd quarter. This one ended up on the platform, close to one of the cameramen doing a sterling job there behind the net. Foul on that side of the pool, so Montenegro will have the ball, and they've got plenty of water to work with here. Try and get this set up right, and they will have renewed belief in their ambitions and their possibilities of victory to stun the crowd. Remember, they do have a FINA world ranking of number 2. Talented team. And they strike again. It's a real comeback on the cards here from Montenegro. Once again, the ball was in the hands of Petkovic. He's in striking form. Marko Petkovic, it's a hat-trick for him. And even the best goalkeeper that we've seen so far can't keep that one out. And the coach is suddenly a lot happier, and the crowd is a lot more anxious. Hat-trick for Marko Petkovic. 7-9 the score. Montenegro 7, Hungary 9, but the crowd just sensing that the Montenegrins have got the bit between their teeth at the moment. Oh, clever turn there, that was brilliant. Can he finish it off as well? Super bit of play there. Well, this time it is the Montenegrin goalkeeper to the fore, Tasanovic. After that brilliant piece of improvisation by Zelanki. Montenegro do get the next goal, and I'll tell you, there'll be a few hearts and a few mouths around this stadium. Only momentary relief for Hungary. Rather nervous start to the 4th period for the hosts. Montenegro are battlers. Trying to conjure something up again here now. Great cheer for the goalkeeper once more. Yeah, he clenches the fist. What a night he's having. Well, right to the other end of the pool, and quickly. There has been a development I'll let you know about in a moment, but it's lost again. Because the Hungarian number 9, Adam Nodge, got a red card. That could be crucial. This might be crucial if the Montenegrins get a shot in from straight at the keeper, who's defied them so often tonight. They've around about 5 seconds for this shot. Well, once again, to the crowd's relief and the goalkeeper's relief, it rebounds off the crossbar. Maybe it is Hungary's night. They've 5 minutes left to hold on to this 2-goal advantage. And here.
Legyen türelmünk, jó, ott van a Zalesz, ott van a Marci, hátul legyen a Dumi, egy keresztbe úszás, jó, Zoli megy keresztbe, a középről elmegy keresztbe, jön a Dumi hátra, járassuk meg, találjunk egy kiállítást, és onnan játsszuk meg rendesen. Jó, járjon, ott a két balkezes, járjon.
We're trying to eavesdrop, but my Hungarian is not very good. What I can tell you is that Adam Nodge got a red card because of the 3 fouls. And that's going to make life very difficult. Numerically, it's amazing how teams can sometimes react to situations like that and still defy the opposition. They'll take plenty of time over this attack, trying to stall the Montenegrins, and crowd trying to urge them on here. There'll be a big roar if Hungary do get the next goal. Not quite, tipped aside. It's going to be a corner for Hungary, which they've already taken. Moves along quickly. Once again, feigning the shot, taking the time. Just the 2 players at the moment, trading the ball. 1 second left for the shot, and this one's another that crashes down off the frame. Well, that scoreline is unchanged as we move towards the 4-minute mark remaining on the clock. The loss of Nodges has so far not been a killer blow for Hungary, but there's a long way to go when you're on a 6-5 situation in terms of personnel. And it is Montenegro here. They'll have to be patient for the time being. Oh, that's gone wide. Big chance lost. And we're off to the other end very sharply on a sprint. How's this one going to go? Crowd expectant. Can Hungary find a 3-goal advantage again? The next goal, if they can get it, would take them 10-7 up. Still plenty of time. They don't mind the clock ticking down either. They have the advantage right now. And they have another goal right now. Oh boy, is the coach happy? Is he happy? In the crowd as well. And Hungary do lead by 10-7. Some people saying calm down, but well, we've praised the goalkeeper. We're also praising Gego Zalanki because he is their top shooter of the evening. Very decisive moment maybe. With Zalanki's 4th goal. And it takes Hungary into double figures. They lead 10-7 now, but they still have some way to go. They have to be stout in their defence. Montenegro still have over 3 minutes in which to save their skins. Adam Nodge there, the player excluded because of those 3 persistent fouls. Do not rule Montenegro out. They do not panic. And they look again to reduce that gap to just 2. 7 seconds remaining to get the shot away. That wasn't the best of passes. It had to be an outstretched hand just to grab the ball, and they're pushed aside. And that was brilliant defensive play. Sometimes you admire the defence of the side as much as their attack. And Hungary defended superbly there to prevent the opposition getting the shot in, at which point they have to concede the ball. Oh, they want another goal here. They want another one to seal it. So close to an important victory here in Group A over doughty opposition. Oh, do they love that? Boy, they do. Amazing goal, it says on the big screen. And the work of the goalkeeper has paid off, and now the work of the number 3, Christian Manet, pays off as well. Well, that went down particularly well, and it calms the nerves just a little bit, which we're getting frayed with the dismissal of Nodge. It's looking like a healthy advantage for Hungary. 11-7 it is. Manhetz's first goal. Every player wants to get on the score sheet. Montenegro have called for a timeout.
Izvodi Tešo loptu vamo, tu stani, neće Tešo. Lopta na 3, ide jaki ulaz, da je probam odmah gurnut Mišku. Mršić prolazi, Kosta dođe. Ajmo.
Well, his words had great effect last time. Montenegro scored twice after he had a timeout opportunity to get the message across. All is not yet lost for the side in the white caps. And it is they who will move forward now, following the throw from their goalkeeper. They've 2.5 minutes left in which to rescue this. Otherwise, Hungary will get their first 2 points of the championship. They're a long way away from home yet, especially now. That was beautifully angled in, and it's goal number 8 for Montenegro. And it's another one for Petkovic, who's been one of the top marksmen on the evening. It's a hat-trick. Well, it's 4 for him now. One of the outstanding centre forwards in the game, and he's reduced that margin again to 11-8. Hungary have just about been in the ascendancy for most of the evening. But Petkovic in particular has kept Montenegro in the hunt. They've been an entertaining side to watch for the fans here, who are clinging on to hopes that in these next 2 minutes they'll be saluting a home victory. Especially if this one finds a way through. No, it didn't. And the coach of Montenegro is urging his men forward. He's stalking along that side of the pool. They have a chance. They had a chance. They were unable to take it, and the crowd roars again. Doesn't matter how long he's in possession here. The clock is ticking down. The seconds are ticking away. 1 minute 20. On the verge of another goal. Yes, yes, yes. That's what they thought about that. Brilliant, decisive moment, almost certainly. And it's that man who's come up with it. Gevgi Zoltan Burian. What a key moment in the match as well. Brilliantly executed. And the fans absolutely love that goal. That is what he thinks is going to be the decisive moment. Surely now they will not let a 4-goal lead slip. Montenegro have fought all the way, and I think they're going to finish up second best on this night. And they surely had to score there, and the frame denied them. If Hungary get the next score, you can say for certain that they have won the match. Looking pretty good now at 12-8 with 36 seconds left on the clock. And what a roar there will be. It'll be a tumultuous reception they'll get on that final hooter when it goes. It's not going to be long delayed. We have 24 seconds remaining, that is all. And Hungary will have 2 points. And they also have a 4-goal advantage. Can they make it 5? Taken to the top of Group A. If they get one more goal, they do need that one. They'll be level top. Not to be on this occasion. And only 10 seconds remaining. But it is going to be victory for Hungary, and that's exactly what the fans came to witness tonight. That's what they were hoping for. That's what they're going to get. And listen at the noise around the stadium here. They've done the job. Everybody's on their feet in the Alfred Stadium. Well, they fought hard, but the coach of Hungary is the one who is celebrating this evening. It's a famous night for Tamás Metz. His team were excellent. The opposition was good too, so it took some eking out the 2 points there. They know each other very, very well. There's great respect as well between coaches and players on both sides. But only one team was going to win this one, you felt, thanks largely to the brilliance of the goalkeeper. Soma Fogel was terrific. And Hungary have conquered, beaten Montenegro by 12 goals to 8. So they will be joint top of Group A, along with Georgia, who earlier today scored a 12-8 victory, a 14-10 victory of their own, also a 4-goal margin over Brazil. Those 4 nations are comprising this Group A. Highly pleasurable occasion. And the sporting public of Hungary really saluting and enjoying the performance of their team. They'll be on their way home shortly to talk about all these statistics. 12 goals from 31 attempts from Hungary. And in the end, that expulsion, the red card for Adam Nodge, was not crucial. Montenegro were unable to take advantage of that. Hungary did win 3 sprints to 1. They committed 15 personal fouls though. But they had more steals, more rebounds. So this is a very happy stadium tonight, as the Hungarian players take the applause. It's such a popular sport in this nation. And there's a wonderful record at the moment of sporting facilities, not just in this particular sport, but all over Hungary. The policy that has been pursued by the government over the last few years to make sure that the youngsters are getting the best of education and the best sporting facilities as well. And how they are responding as a nation. Their football team did pretty well last week. Their water polo teams did very well last evening with the women, and very well again this evening with the men. They thwarted the best efforts of Montenegro. They scored some spectacular goals. Desperation on the one side, joy on the other. The crowd lived and loved every moment. They'll move on to their next fixtures. Hungary will play Brazil on Thursday. Montenegro will have the task of taking on the Georgian side, which beat Brazil earlier this evening. Of the match, and I think that's a pretty correct decision, is Soma Fogel. He was absolutely brilliant and the crowd loved his performance. He is Mr. Popular tonight, and I think every one of that crowd voted for him. It's a very happy note on which to end the night, and Hungary will take that victory. As I said at the onset, that's all they asked for. So Georgia and Hungary share the lead because they have 2 points apiece and identical goal difference of +4. And Brazil and Montenegro have yet to register on that scoreboard. It's going to be a very tight group, is this one. There isn't really a weak team in it. A really excellent outcome then here in Budapest. And the next event will be the women's preliminary round matches here in Group A in Budapest, with Colombia meeting Canada and Italy playing Hungary. Hungary, of course, won their first match. Italy drew with Canada 7 apiece in a really excellent contest. Colombia very much the make-weights. So the crowd can go home extremely happy tonight in the wake of this victory for Hungary over Montenegro.
The man of the match will sign this dedicated cap here. This will be a good gift for one of the fans over here.